icy road can quickly turn a pleasant drive into a bumper car nightmare. Conducting a scale test in a workshop for the driving on ice backwards myth, Team Traction got some unexpected results.
Okay, so it turns out a front-wheel drive car does have more traction on ice when going in reverse.
I know, that was cool. What we need to do now, though, is take it up to full scale. But we're going to need a ton of ice and snow.
Yeah, I heard of this place where the California Highway Patrol teaches their officers how to drive on ice. Let us use it.
Perfect. All right, let's pack our bags and go.
Sure enough, we were kindly granted permission to use the California Highway Patrol's driver training site. The team lays out traffic cones around the entire perimeter. And they're set to put the driving on ice backwards myth to the real-life test.
Track's all set up. We have all our cones down. This is a very real-life situation. We have snow, we have slush, we have ice. I think we're ready to test it, so let's go over how we're going to do it.
Well, you know, we did find out that we had more traction going in reverse with the front-wheel drive car. So maybe we should do is test that one first. We're about 15 miles an hour forward and then going backwards and see which one performs better overall.
We got a couple other types of cars, a rear-wheel drive and a four-wheel drive. So let's do the same set of tests, forward and reverse. See if that makes a difference.
I'll take front-wheel drive.
All right, I get the convertible.
All right, I'll take the four-wheel drive.
Great.
15 miles per hour is the set speed limit. Slow enough to be safe, but fast enough to give the wheels of the cars enough momentum to move through the slush.
How many times have you driven on the snow?
This is actually the first time I've ever driven on snow. Here we go. This is forward, 15 miles an hour, front-wheel drive.
Karie hits the gas.
Whoa! You can start off slow.
Okay, I'm at 15.
But even driving at such a low speed quickly loses her grip.
Keeping 15. I'm sliding a little bit here. 15 feels a little faster on the slush.
It's not long before she takes out her first victims.
Number 2.
And then she just can't seem to get back on track.
You went off the track. Get back on the track. Go between the cones, Karie.
Oh my God.
The turns are where things really get tricky.
Around the last few turns, still at 15.
Oh, geez.
About 15 to the end, and stop.
Thankfully, she comes to a safe stop.
Have you been drinking, Karie?
Woo!
Now, to see if the front-wheel drive has better traction in reverse, like it did in the scale tests.
Ready?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Wear your seatbelt.
Yeah.
Absolutely wear your seatbelt.
Grant bravely volunteers to monitor the speedometer for Karie.
You're already coming off the track. You haven't even gotten 2 pieces already coming off the track. This is not looking good.
Here we go. Front-wheel drive going in reverse. Hopefully staying at 15. I'm taking cues from you, so let me know if I need to go faster or slower.
Okay.
And she's off.
5 miles an hour.
Grant counts up her speed, and she's looking surprisingly steady.
Holding 15. Looking good, Karie.
This myth may have some traction.
I'm actually doing better in reverse. That's amazing. Well, maybe not.
But as soon as she hits the tight curves, things spin out of control.
Okay, you know what? Before you destroy the entire course, why don't we just take a breather?
I think we've got a cone underneath us or something.
Grant, can you hear me? Pull the key out of the ignition.
Oblivious to Tory's pleas, Karie's trip takes on all the twists and turns of Mr. Toad's Wild Ride.
Why didn't you take control of the situation? You destroyed the whole course! You're crazy!
So, even though the scale test indicated you might have more grip, driving backwards in the front-wheel drive was way more dangerous than going forwards.
I think that the main factor here is that driving backwards at 15 miles an hour is very difficult as is, and the amount of traction that you might possibly gain from going in reverse will not compensate for the fact that it's just too wily going backwards.
On the cone count scoreboard, driving in reverse, Karie wiped out a wily total of 14.